a noblewoman who was best known for giving advice to her family members during significant events in the history of Wei. She flourished alongside her sibling Xin Chang under her father Xin Pi's serious nurturing, growing up to be a more prominent figure than her younger brother. Since she married Yang Dan, she was close to many distinguished members of the Jin era, such as the general Yang Hu and Sima Shi's wife Yang Huiye. Plus, the only historical source about her life is her biography, written by her grandson, Shi Haoyuan's descendant Shi Haozhan, a notable scholar of the Jin dynasty. Xin Xianying was born in 191 at Yingchuan Commandery, but her ancestors migrated here during the Han dynasty and were actually from Longxi. Since childhood, not only did she spend her time studying and reading, which girls in her time did not normally do, but she became known for her intelligence, talent and wisdom. Up until she was around 13 years old, her father served the Yuan family until he switched sides to join Cao Cao. Shen Pi had blamed his downfall on traitors such as Xin Pi, so had all of the Xin clan at Yi put to death. Xin Pi avenged his family members later by convincing Cao Cao to execute Shen Pi, then he went on to be an authoritative figure in the Tao Wei government. She married Yang Dan, the youngest son of a Han official who served as the Minister of Ceremonies in the Wei government. When Cao Pi learned he had won the succession struggle against his brother Taoji, he was so elated he hugged Xin Pi and said, "Sir, don't you know how happy I am?" When Xin Pi told his daughter about it, she sighed. How can he succeed as father without feeling sad? How can he rule a kingdom without feeling intimidated? If he expresses joy instead of sadness and fear, how can his kingdom last long? How can Wei prosper? She recognised that if Cao Pi accepted his role more solemnly, then it was more likely he would turn out to be a wise and serious ruler. Over 20 years later, her brother was serving as an advisor under Cao Shuang during the incident at the Gaoping tombs. When Sima Yi seized control of the imperial capital, Cao Shuang's loyalists planned to fight their way out of the city and regroup with their lord. Xin Chang became fearful when he was asked to follow along, so turned to his older sister. The emperor is away, and the Grand Tutor Sima Yi has ordered the city gates to be shut, but the people say this won't be of any good to the state. What do you think will happen? She stated that she doesn't know, but she still gave her observation on the matter. The Grand Tutor has no choice but to do this. Cao Rui trusted him with state affairs alongside Cao Shuang, who is now monopolizing power and acting independently. He is disloyal to the emperor and so doesn't hold the moral high ground. The Grand Tutor simply wants to get rid of him. Her brother then asked if he should follow the troops to Cao Shuang, so she replied, "How can you not go? It's righteous for one to perform his duty and to help others when they're in trouble. If you work for someone and don't do what's needed, then that isn't a good sign. If you're a close aide to them, then you should show your loyalty and sacrifice your life if you have to. In this situation, I see that you're not a close side of Cao Shuang, so you just need to follow the crowd." He trusted in his sister's advice, so helped force the city gates open to join the rebels, but they were all eventually captured by Sima Yi. Cao Shuang and his close aides were all charged with treason, then executed. Jiangxi tried to convince Sima Yi to put Xin Chang and his party to death as well, but he defended them by saying, "They are righteous people, who all serve their master faithfully." Their positions in office were confirmed, then Xin Chang sighed, "Had I not listened to the advice of my sister, I would have walked the path of unrighteousness." Her actions became praised by a poet who wrote, "You take his pay, then call him lord. Stand by him when danger nears." Thus Xin Xianying's brother spoke, and won fair fame through endless years. Sima Yi recognized Xin Xianying's virtuous attitude, then became further impressed by her loyalty, so the Xin clan was spared from execution, and later became one of the most prominent maintainers of the Jin dynasty. Xin Xianying also became known for leading a simple life. Her nephew Yang Hu once sent her a silk blanket as a gift, but she found it too expensive, so she sent it back to him. In 263, Zhonghui was appointed as the general who guards the west, then wrote to the court seeking permission to employ Yang Xiu, Xin Xianying's son, as his military advisor. She asked her nephew, "Why is Zhong Shiji going to the west?" She was told he left to go on a campaign to conquer Shou, so she cautioned Yang Hu. Zhonghui is willful and unbridled in his ways. This is a sign that he won't remain subordinate to others for long. I believe that he may rebel in the future. In the past, I was worried for the state. Today, the trouble has come to my family. Her son appealed to Sima Zhao to be exempt from the campaign, but his request was denied. Before he left, his mother advised him, "Always be mindful of your actions. The gentlemen of ancient times were filial towards their parents at home, and loyal to their states outside. When you do your job, always think about what your duty is. When you face a question of morality, always think about where you stand. Don't make your parents worry about you, and when you're in the army, being benevolent towards others will go a long way to help you. Xin Xianying's prediction about Zhonghui turned out to be correct, as he rebelled shortly after he captured Chengdu. His efforts quickly backfired when some of his men mutinied against him, but Yang Shu remained unharmed throughout the entire ordeal. At the old age of 79, in the year 269, Xin Xianying passed away, during the reign of Sima Yan of Jin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.